The end result? Why copycats and thieves never win the imprint principle. Why energy cannot be duplicated. Every destiny carries an energetic imprint, an unrepeatable frequency that acts as a signature of ownership. You cannot fake it, you cannot forge it, and you cannot hold it if it was never yours. Copycats often believe that by duplicating behavior, style, or even entire life patterns, they will unlock the same results. What they fail to understand is that action without imprint is hollow. This is why two people can follow the same steps and produce entirely different outcomes. One is creating from alignment, and their work carries the weight of spiritual authority. The other is copying, and their effort falls flat because they lack the original blueprint that animates it. Energy without origin is borrowed, and borrowed energy always decays. When you see someone temporarily thrive while stealing your ideas, your energy, or even your relationships, you are not witnessing a permanent theft. You are watching a countdown. The second their access to your energy ends, their results collapse, because they never had the infrastructure to sustain it. The illusion of destiny. Swapping. Destiny swapping is real in experience, but false in permanence. Yes, people can drain you. They can siphon your energy. They can interfere with your timeline, but they cannot hold what they steal. They are living off your frequency, not their own. When you awaken to this and call back your energy, the counterfeit timeline dies instantly. Their success evaporates. Their wins unravel. And what looked stolen was only delayed, circling like an aircraft waiting for permission to land, until you cleared the runway and took authority. Your destiny has never left you. It is bound to your spiritual DNA. It can be blocked, but it cannot be transferred. The only reason a thief appears to prosper is because you have not yet shut the siphon. The moment you do, their fuel source is gone. The wilderness trap. The real danger of destiny swapping is not the thief, it's the exhaustion. After prolonged energy theft, most people mistake spiritual warfare for personal failure. They see delay and assume denial. They see interference and call it defeat. This is how many forfeit their inheritance. They walk away from it while it's still waiting for them. The wilderness season, the period of stagnation after spiritual attack, is the enemy's strongest weapon. If you break in the wilderness, you never recover what is yours. But if you endure it, if you hold the line long enough to regain strength, you will find that nothing was lost. It was simply waiting for you to rise. This is why knowledge matters. When you understand that your destiny is tethered to you, even if someone feeds off it temporarily, you stop panicking. You stop thinking you've missed your chance, and you stop surrendering to discouragement. The law of restoration and sevenfold return. Spiritual law is not symbolic. It is enforceable. When a thief is caught, they are required to restore sevenfold. This principle is not poetic language. It is a binding law of spiritual order. When you rise in authority and declare, by divine law, every blessing, every opportunity, every fragment of destiny stolen from me must return sevenfold. I declare immediate restitution. My name, my star, my inheritance are restored in multiplied measure. No power can contest this decree. It is done. What happens next is mechanical. The siphoned energy is forced back into its rightful alignment, and the thief is left bankrupt. Their elevation collapses, not because of revenge, but because they no longer have the stolen energy they depended on. Restitution is not a miracle. It is a correction of spiritual order. The law of reversal. The law of reversal ensures that every pit dug for you becomes the downfall of the one who dug it. Destiny theft does not end in the elevation of the thief. It ends in their exposure. The very schemes used to block you become the reason their own path closes. The doors they slammed in your face become the ones they can never walk through. This is not punishment. It is equilibrium. When they waged war against your star, they violated divine order. And spiritual law always restores balance. This is why you never have to fight for revenge. You only have to enforce alignment. When you reclaim what's yours, everything that was built on stolen power collapses on its own. How destiny swapping ends. It ends the moment you rise. Your destiny is not fragile. It cannot be erased, buried, or handed to someone else permanently. It is anchored to you. When you shut the open doors, sever the siphons, and reclaim your energy, everything begins to return. First in pieces, then in waves. Your favor comes back. Your inspiration reignites. Your opportunities resurface. Meanwhile, the thief begins to decline, not because you curse them, but because they were living on borrowed power. And borrowed power always runs out. Everything stolen must return. The greatest lie of destiny theft is that you lost something. You didn't. You were delayed, distracted, and drained, but you were never erased. Your destiny does not expire. When you call it back, it answers, because it knows your voice. Your gifts, your wealth, your ideas, your favor, they were encoded for you. They have no other owner. And the second you rise, the counterfeit timeline collapses, and the original one reactivates. That is why the end of a destiny swap is not defeat. It is resurrection. You do not just get back what was taken, you get it back multiplied. You get it back with proof. You get it back with authority. And that is why copycats and thieves never win. They can only hold your energy until you remember who it belongs to. And the second you do, it returns, because it was always yours. Destiny is an assignment. It is your purpose, direction, and spiritual authority. It can be delayed, redirected, or interfered with, but it cannot be destroyed. As long as you are alive and willing to re-engage, your original path remains accessible. This book exists to clarify the mechanics of that interference. Destiny swapping is not a myth. It is a structured process of spiritual theft, often executed through emotional manipulation, occult practices, word curses, and strategic timing. People lose alignment not because they lack purpose, but because they fail to protect it. Everything taken from you through spiritual theft can be recovered. Once you walk in clarity, close all access points, revoke spiritual contracts, and call your energy back, your timeline begins to realign. It does not require revenge. It requires authority. Most people do not fail because they were defeated. They fail because they stopped moving. Discouragement and disorientation are the final tools used by the thief to get you to hand over what they could not fully take. Recovery is possible for anyone who reclaims it. You do not need to explain what happened to those who will never understand. You do not need permission to reclaim what was always yours. You simply need to act. Speak what belongs to you. Declare your timeline. Disengage from what drains it. And stay consistent enough to restore your alignment. Destiny rewards those who stay present in their assignment. Now that you know how swaps happen, stop allowing them. What is yours returns the moment you do. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.